Hey, so today I'm going to be talking a little bit about making yourself and your health a priority. For those of you that know who I am a health and wellness coach, and so health and just overall wellness and well-being is very important to me. So I just want to take a little bit of time and talk a little bit about what that looks like, what it means to me, but then also helping you decide and determine what does that mean for you. Because what it means to me isn't necessarily going to be the same as what it's going to mean for you, and that's okay. But just helping you kind of figure out, okay, what does this look like for me? What does this mean for me? How do I go forward? Kind of a thing. So first and foremost, I just want you to think a minute about what is health to you? What is health? What does that mean to you? When someone says your health, what comes to mind? What do you think about? What does being healthy look like to you? When someone says that they're healthy or they say you're healthy, what does that look like to you? What does that mean to you? What comes to mind when you think about being healthy? And again, for everybody, it's going to be different. I'm going to talk through some of what that means to me, but I encourage you to really dig in and think about what does that mean to you? What does that look like to you? What does that encompass for you and to you, okay? So for me, again, it's overall. It's not just one piece of the puzzle or another piece of the puzzle. It's not just weight. It's not just what I'm eating. It's not just what I'm eating. All of those are components of it. They're all parts of it. But that's not one, it's not just one essential piece. It's not just this or just that. That's not what it means to me. Used to, it would have meant my weight. Is what I place the most value on for my health. But what I've come to learn is that's only a very small piece of it. Yes, it's important. Yes, it makes a difference with lots of other pieces, but weight isn't just where I can put all of my emphasis or all of my focus. So for me, it's going to be an overall look at my total being. For me, the two biggest pieces are going to be my mental and physical health. Now it's shifted from being weight to now being more about mental and physical and what that looks like to me. And for me, mental and physical is I'm active, that I'm drinking my water, that I'm eating healthy. And for me, with eating healthy, I try to follow an 80-20 rule. So if 80% of the time I can make the best choices, I can really work to eat healthy, then 20% of the time, because I'm not perfect, no one's perfect, 20% of the time, if I don't make the best choices, okay, majority of the time I am. That also helps me get past all or nothing thinking that I used to really struggle with. I've come a long way with that. I'm still working through it for sure because I'm a constant work in progress. But if I can have that 80-20 rule, it gives myself a little bit of leniency. It gives myself a little bit of leeway so that if I do slip up or if I do make a mistake, I can jump right back in. I can get right back on because I know, okay, 80-20, like it's okay. You're not going to be perfect all the time. It means that I'm taking time for me to do things that I enjoy, but not only that I enjoy, that helps me slow down and relax, to really take in and make sure that I am slowing down, that I am taking care of myself. So for me, those things would be reading, bubble baths. I enjoy getting outside, hanging in my Eno hammock, especially just being outside in general, but just being able again to relax, to slow down, to really make sure that I am taking care of myself. Again, this is making sure that I make these things a priority, that I make myself a priority, that I make my health a priority, because I can sit here and tell you all day long all the things that are going to help me be successful. But until I'm actually doing those things, until they are a priority, I'm not going to make progress. I'm not going to be moving forward. So to make sure that not only are they a priority, but I'm actually making sure that I follow through and take action and do those things. For me right now, drinking water, I've got to get back to drinking more of my water, but then also tracking and holding myself accountable for what's going in my mouth, making sure that I'm following that 80-20 rule that I have. Or not even a rule, just the 80-20 plan that I try to stick to. Mental is also very important for me, and that's something I've been working through really over the past couple of years, but this past year I've been focusing a little bit more on the fear side of that, being able to eliminate some of the fears that I have. A lot of it comes from lies that I tell myself, whether I'm not worthy or I'm not enough or whatever. Just being able to demolish those and replace it with truth. Yes, I am enough. Like, there are people that believe and know that I'm enough. All of those kind of things, so that I can have that belief in myself. And we talked before about speaking life into ourselves, also into others, but speaking life to ourselves first, so that we can help and encourage others in the long run. That is something that I thrive on, is encouraging and uplifting others. But before I can do that, I have to speak life to myself. I have to be that to myself first. So constantly working to replace and eliminate those negative self-defeating thoughts and lies, replacing them with positive thoughts and truths, and literally stopping myself in my tracks when that thought comes, when I realize I've just had that thought that was negative or that was a lie, being able to stop and say, you know what, no, what is a truth? And taking a time to replace that in my mind, but then also sometimes physically speaking that to myself. That no, you are beautiful. Or when I'm standing in front of the mirror picking myself apart, you know what? No. That helps you run, or those legs help you move, or whatever it is. Being able to stop, see the truth in it, and speak life to myself. Also with this is being mindful of who we are around. Who are we surrounding ourselves with? Because that's going to make a big part of speaking life to ourselves. Feeling like we're enough, feeling like we're worthy, all of those things. Who we surround ourselves with and who we're spending our time with has a big impact on that. Now, granted, I know some things we have more control over than others. Like who you are surrounded with at work, or if you work with the public, you may not have a whole lot of control over those pieces. But the people that you are surrounding yourself with your family, your friends, the people that you have a choice in who you spend time with, they need to believe in you too. Because if they're not believing in you, if they're tearing you down, they're not helping you be your best self. So being able to take a step back, and it can be hard sometimes, but look at the bigger picture and see, are the people that I'm surrounding myself with, are they helping or are they holding me back? And that can apply not just to people, you guys, but that can also apply to the things you're saying to yourself, what you're reading, what you're listening to. All of those things can have an impact on our thoughts and how we see and how we believe about ourselves. So taking that step back to say, okay, is this helping or is it hindering? And being able to decide, okay, if it's hindering, what is my plan of action? Whether it's spending less time with that person, because maybe it's not someone you're just going to cut out of your life, and that's okay. But maybe it's just kind of pulling yourself away from that, or having a plan of, okay, after I've spent time with that person, maybe I have to come back and take time for me to pull myself out of whatever kind of funk I may be in because of that, whatever it may be. So again, just having the awareness, the knowledge, knowing and understanding how these different things can affect us in different ways. So I'm going to challenge you to really think about, what is health to you? What does that mean? When someone says health, what do you think of? What does that mean to you? Because it's different for everybody. I shared what it is for me. That's not necessarily going to be what it is for you, and that's okay. But it's just figuring out, what does it mean for you? And then what does being healthy look like to you? When you think of you are at your utmost, the perfect picture of being healthy, what does that mean to you? What does that look like to you? And then taking the next step of applying it, taking action to do those things that you know are going to help you be your best self. And then really taking a look at what you are surrounding yourself with, whether it's people, things you're listening to, your environment, and thinking about what is helping and what is hindering. And even make a list of those two things, what's helpful, what's hindering, and then what kind of action can I take to move myself forward. So again, making yourself and your health a priority. Really think about what that means to you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you will comment below. Tell us a little bit about what that means to you. What does your health mean? What does healthy look like to you, because it's different to all of us. Thank you again for joining. I hope you guys have a great evening and a great week, and I will talk to you guys later. See ya.